Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be talking. So this is your opportunity right now to click out of this video if you're not a kind of person that wants to see a talking video. I know some of you are into them and some of you are not. So I want to just have kind of an informal discussion about hooping and the relationship between the hoop and one's life, and in this instance, my life, and maybe yours. If you want to tell me your story down below, I would love to hear it down in the comments. So anyway, there's many aspects of hooping. There's the physical and then there's the spiritual, of course, and I'm not going to really touch too much on the physical. The physical is obviously the fact that it helps you work out, it keeps you in shape, therefore keeping your body healthy, therefore making you happy. So hooping does a lot of aspects to keep you happy and well. So there's performance, there's teaching, there's kind of informal practice, and then all sorts of different gatherings and methods of hooping. And one of the methods that I really love is kind of this, not really a method, but the spiritual way of going about hooping. And I'm not going to get too like gaudy here, but I have struggled with religion in my past, and through the hoop I was able to find that universal spirituality again and really grasp onto it, because that first time that I felt flow and I felt that complete bliss that was hooping, I realized that there's something else that was present with me during that, and that was the energy of my hooping, and therefore, in my opinion, it was kind of the universal God or Earth. I like to call her Gaia, but you know, we can call her whatever you want, or hey, however you like to envision your own God, but that's who it was for me. And there was a lot of struggles through day one through now with the hooping. It started off as something that I had a friend that was very competitive with me, which is a very common thing. Hopefully not too common, but it does happen in the community. And I kind of had to learn to hoop with a competitive friend, not a loving, compassionate hooper such as the ones that I have in my life nowadays, like Matthias and Bonnie and the community, like the Hoop Path community. And it was very hard for me to kind of get out of that funk of competition. I never really felt competitive, but I didn't know if anyone else was non-competitive. And then when I moved to Sarasota, it was like a whole new light opened, and Bonnie Brown, I'll also link her down below, Outward Spiral, she kind of took me under her wing and kind of became my hoop mama. So I was really able to gain a sense of community, and I think community is so important with the hooping, and I have spent so much of my time of my life just not being accepted by, it felt like, anyone. I was never the popular girl. I was always weird looking, and I was emo or awkward, and you know, none of the guys were interested in really talking to me, and I didn't have a lot of friends and was bullied a lot in school. And through the hoop, I was able to find people that aren't going to bully you and love you as if they were your own blood. And that's what I love about the community so much. It doesn't matter if you're skinny or you're fat or whatever you are. It's such a loving and accepting community. And that's what really brought me to become so passionate about the hoop. And even though with the community I still went through life struggles, the hoop was always there. And when I say the hoop, I mean the community. Yeah, I can be in my hoop and get lost, but without the rest of the people around us, like Tiana and Baxter and our close friends at hoop as well, the hoop would just be another tool of, you know, self-discovery and physical, you know, exploration. And I just think that connecting it all together is so important. Like at Hoop Path, when we were all dancing together, it was just this whirl of beauty and energy and such And even someone who wasn't into energy or that spirituality, if they walked into that room while all those people were dancing, you'd feel it. I mean, it is just incredible, you guys, and I hope that everyone gets to experience that someday. And I remember at the hoop path that I went to recently, I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and I've had a few things that have happened in my life that made life very tough, and I was able to kind of crawl out from rock bottom with hoop in hand, and I literally had the whole community pushing me up back towards the light. And I have a lot of people that I thank so much for that and helping me get out of that horribly dark place. But I just don't think that if I was alone, I would be able to do it. Or even, I just think that the hoop community was what kind of saved me almost. And finding the hoop really got me into this awesome place. And when I was dealing with that stuff, I was still hooping. It wasn't like the hoop saved me and was all knowing. It was not like that at all. I was still dealing with a lot of problems. And I kind of put the hoop down when that stuff was happening. Chakra sweetheart, stop. Thank you. And lay down. Lay down. Good boy. So I would put the hoop down for a long period of time, and it was almost like because I didn't want to hoop when I was dealing with anything bad, because I didn't want to relate the two together. And when I was at Hoop Path, my little tribe taught me that that was not the smartest method, and they told me that I needed to go into the hoop to find out how to move forward with my problems, and it worked, and it helped. And since that happened, I thoroughly support anyone who wants to hoop and is dealing with any weight issues or personal issues, that is a way to just do it. It helps so much, and it's just crazy. I dealt with relationships where I was, they would grab my hoop and throw it or try to break it, or would get mad at me every time I'd hoop. And I associated hooping with secrecy and, oh, I'm not hooping because I love it. I'm hooping because I want attention. That's what was kind of embedded into my head. And I had to really work to get those thoughts out and realize that I'm not hooping for anyone else. I'm hooping for myself, and my community, but I'm not hooping for the attention of others unless I'm doing a performance. Then, of course, we want to entertain our guests. But it was just interesting how from day one to now went through so much, and I kind of had to rebuild everything. And now I'm at this beautiful place right now where I have Hooping Live and a beautiful team of, helpers, and a great, great community that I'm so close with, and I love them all so much. And my friend Matthias said that a lot of people kind of look down when someone says, I love you too much, and we like to disagree with that. And he said, quote, love is like a muscle. You need to work it out to get it strong and healthy. So saying I love you too much is never an issue. So anyway, I love my community so much. I love every single person. I will tell every one of them to their face that I love them, because it's that journey and that experience that connects us all together, even though they're all different, of course. But anyway, the spiritual connection with the hoop is something that's incredibly beautiful and beyond just a godly experience. So I hope that in your own hoop practice, you're able to find this, and I want you to know that it's never going to be a solid answer. It's going to be an ongoing journey that never ends. So don't ever look for a final answer or a final way to do a trick or to dance. Always keep your mind open and keep your heart open to the people around you, because the community is going to be your biggest support and your biggest teacher. So hopefully that didn't get too deep, but like I said, love you all so much, and all of you that have been there from day one, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you that have just maybe got subscribed today or aren't even subscribed. I just hope that you all are having a beautiful day, and good luck on your journey.